when we think about this, one of the most significant ways that HR and other teams, even outside of HR, other organizations like IT and finance and so forth, can respond to this digital employee experience, is really shifting the mindset of what we commonly refer to as tactical versus transformational. And tactical is kind of the mindset where everybody's trying to get this new cool tool. They found this, they found the system, they found this solution that's going to address an immediate need, but they don't really take it beyond that. And it really becomes what I refer to as this field of dreams mindset that we get up into with projects, where we're focusing on designing great solutions to our problems, but we don't define how we're going to focus on the people's adoption of this solution. And we get on this focus on the go live, a very project-driven project that if we build it, they will come mindset, because this new solution is so much better than what we currently have. And rightfully so, it probably is better than the manual process, or stopping on the way and losing the 10-15 minutes and the coffee room banter talk with Becky down the hall type deal as you're going through and doing your procure to pay or hire to retire process. But what we really want to try and start working on is focusing on the transformational aspect, bringing and defining how are we going to focus on people's adoption of this solution. From a change management lens, we've always known that adoption is really the true measure of success. We can deploy any solution, any software, anything in front of anyone, but if they don't know why, how, what, or the what's in it for me, they're not going to leverage the system that you've put in front of them in that right and meaningful way. And this really becomes one of the biggest challenges of change management when we think about in any implementation is successful adoption of the technology, thinking how do we make it more sustainable, and really getting lost in this tactical mindset of deploying tactical solutions and kind of feeding into really this mindset of bad technologies. We deal with that a lot. Of a new system's been deployed and we're dealing with it, and we need to deploy it. We need to get it in front because it's going to address this problem and everybody's going to love it. But then you don't have the tools or assets to actually make sure that this new software is measuring up to the business intent. And Andrea, I know you were kind of highlighting the analytics a little bit. Maybe you can expand on that a little bit from what you see in some of these new technologies that come forward a lot of times?
Yeah. Thanks, Jimmy. There was something you said earlier that really resonated with me then around the new cool tool and and the point you mentioned about it's not necessarily, it probably isn't a bad piece of technology. There's something I hear time and time again when I'm speaking to organisations that their employees, so let me kind of get that out there. The employees will say, well, I don't know whether I should use this new tool. I don't know whether it's a fad. And then within the next couple of weeks, couple of months, 6 months maybe, there's going to be a new tool that replaces it. So I've literally heard people say their employees ignore communications around new technology.
Mm-hmm.
And then if they repeatedly get asked about using it or get reprimanded for not using it, then they think, maybe I should take a look. So it's almost a little bit like, there's almost a new piece of tech coming out, especially in big organizations, right? With thousands of employees, there's always something new coming out every day. Because again, it's been thought about from a technology perspective, and it's easy to think about it from a technology or a tactical perspective as you describe it, because businesses haven't had the tools to visualize holistically what people are using, how are they using it, how inefficient or efficient the usage of it is, and where they're getting stuck. So when people complain about a tool not being good, it might not be the actual technology's fault. It might be the fact that it doesn't connect or interact correctly with the downstream part of the process. It could be something to do with that, and it could just be a case of actually educating people in the right way at the right time.